You're listening to the Rich as a King podcast with certified financial planner Doug Goldstein. Episode 139.
Rich as a King.
One of the most satisfying moves to make when you are playing chess is to fork your opponent. Unfortunately, when I was playing chess with Susan, I was often on the receiving end of that. But just the brilliance that she had to see how one of her pieces could attack two or sometimes even more than two of my pieces made me realize that that same strategy of forking is something that you can use in investments. In fact, it led to a great discussion that Susan and I have, and so I'm very grateful for the fact that during the games I played with her, which of course she crushed me in, she used the fork many, many times, and it's something that you can do too. In chess, the concept of a fork is that you are going to place your piece strategically so that at the same move, it's threatening two of your opponent's pieces. Why? He's only able to move one of them out of the way because he's only able to move one piece at a time, and you're going to get the other one. In the world of investments, the same concept applies. If you can enhance one asset that you have in order to fulfill two or possibly even more goals, you're doing great. That's the investment strategy, but of course, all great chess games have a strategy and a tactic. So what's the tactic that you should do right now? Make sure you're either putting money into an IRA or into a 401k. These are retirement plans that are very, very much like using a fork in the game of chess. For example, if you put money into a retirement plan, you're going to get a tax deduction today. That means that the amount of tax you have to pay today is going to be less. That's one attack. The second attack is you're going to actually grow your wealth faster inside the IRA or the 401k, or by the way, if you work for a nonprofit, it's probably a 403b. A lot of these retirement plans have funny numbers, but at the end of the day, most of them, or many of them, work very similarly in that the money you put in, you get a current deduction, meaning it actually lowers the amount of tax you'll pay today, and the money grows tax deferred. Why is that important? Because if the money's growing tax deferred, you're not taking money out every year to pay tax, so all of that money that you didn't have to give the government continues to work for you, and you get all the magic of compounding. Imagine if you invested 100 today and it made 10%, but you had to give 3 or 4 to the government in tax. Well, every year that could happen. Every year you'd be giving money away. This way, all the money stays in your retirement plan, and you've got the fork. You get the tax deduction today, and because you're not paying tax on a yearly basis, all that money goes to work for you. This is even a better fork, actually. There are multiple prongs. It's not just those two. If you, for example, have a 401k plan from your employer and your employer matches your contribution, that's free money. That's another prong on the fork, another way you're going to make money. And of course, if you do it cleverly, if you put your money into a fund and you don't just buy the company's stock with the money, but instead you diversify using index funds or mutual funds or some other tool that hopefully you get good advice on. Obviously, I'm not giving specific financial advice in this discussion. Somehow, if you can diversify, just by diversifying, you're improving your portfolio. You know, we often say that there are two ways to improve your portfolio. Either you lower risk or you increase the returns, and diversification is a standard tool, not a guarantee, but a standard tool that people will use in order to mitigate the risk by not putting all of their eggs in one basket. So what I would suggest today is if you want to really improve your long-term success, your long-term retirement plan, because that's really what most people are looking for. They're looking at the end game. They're looking to win in the end of the game. Make sure you focus on forking wherever you can. IRAs, 401ks are a great tool. And if you want to learn some rules for early retirement success, you can go to a video that I made at my corporate website at profile-financial.com. Just click on the videos button and you'll find a video there called Rules for Early Retirement Success. And you can be sure that one of those rules is to put a lot of money into retirement plans. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to get in touch with me. You can reach me by clicking on the Contact Us button at richasaking.com. My name is Doug Goldstein. I'm a cross-border financial advisor, and I'm also the co-author with Grandmaster Susan Polgar of the book Rich as a King, How the Wisdom of Chess Can Make You a Grandmaster of Investing.
Why do some people almost always make successful financial choices? Learn about strategic investing from the Rich as a King podcast, and be sure to buy Susan Polgar and Doug Goldstein's book, Rich as a King, that's packed with money-making ideas. It's available in bookstores, online, or at www.richasaking.com.
This show is designed to provide accurate and authoritative information in regard to the subject matter covered. It is offered with the understanding that neither the presenters nor the authors of Rich as a King nor their affiliates are rendering legal, tax, pension, financial, or other professional advice or services. If investment advice or other expert assistance is required, contact a competent licensed professional. For more information on how to improve your finances with the wisdom of chess, go to www.richasaking.com.